Hey guys, and welcome back to another rig rundown here on the channel. We haven't done one for quite a while, but we're currently camping on Guri with Adam from Video Show Me How, and his mighty blue Dmax right behind us right now. So we thought, well, it's a beautiful afternoon at camp. Let's run some Dmax front to back.
Have a poke around. There's a few things done to it. So I don't know if anyone's seen anything on the channel. I think that playlist has got over 100 videos now on how to. So it's fair to say there's a couple of mods.
And obviously, being a Dmax owner myself, I've watched pretty much every one of Adam's videos to get a lot of inspiration for the other build just over there. So absolutely keen as to get stuck into this one. If you guys haven't checked out Adam's channel already, it's Video Show Me How. The links in the description down below and on the screen here as well. Yeah, Mr. Blue Gloves. You won't recognize the face or the hands at this point in time.
Just look for weird sort of blue gloves. Then you're in the right place.
Yeah. So we're gonna run through the Dmax front to back and see what's what. Let's get started. So starting with, I guess, the general specs of the vehicle, what's year, make, model, bits and pieces?
So this is a 2021 Isuzu Dmax X-Train officially.
The originals.
Couple of the all new, all new, less all new now, but the 2021 Dmax.
See the trusty Isuzu 4JJ3 engine under the bonnet. How have you found that so far?
So far, so good, and I still think that's one of the advantages of these guys. You've got the reliability of the 4JJ1 that built on that and produced something that so far is performing really, really well and reliable.
How many kilometers on the clock now for this?
Just about to hit 60.
Okay.
So,
60 well-earned kilometers though.
Well-earned,
trips you've done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And any major issues in that 60,000?
No, I mean, I think there's well-documented issues with bump steer. You know, I was having issues with that.
Yeah.
I think you did some stuff on that on your channel, and same. So, but outside of that, honestly, it's been a workhorse.
Yeah, I think it's good with the Dmaxes is there's a few identified bits and pieces, but there's also remedies as well. So bump steer being one, the diff guard being another, even the CV boots, there's guards available for those too.
And I think to Isuzu's credit, like they have done a lot in that department. Like that diff guard that you're talking about is the sensor, right? So earlier models like this one didn't have a guard there, but now they're coming out with the guard. So it's not like that just paused as far as the generation goes. They've kind of made tweaks on to their credit, the bump steer, they have revised the knuckle, which has gone a long way to sort of correct that issue. So it's full credit to them, I think.
Definitely.
Whether you'd see that same kind of revisions from other manufacturers, I don't know.
Alrighty, so maybe we'll pop the bonnet and have a gander at what you've done.
Yeah, sure.
I know there's a few mods bits and pieces here.
I mean, it looks terrific. Oh, not too bad.
That's not too bad, considering we're
for a couple of days.
Day 4 into our camping trip.
Expecting more salt water than that. But so under here, what do we got? I guess left to right. We've got a Safari snorkel in there. It's the standard one. And then we've got a ProVent 200 in the top corner there. That's a Western Filters bracket as well. And I like that because your outlet is in the top here, so rather than pull across the whole engine bay like some other brands, I think that's the way to go. In my opinion, I think catch cans are a must for a common rail turbo diesel. The thing with them though is you need to make sure that you're regularly checking it and that you're replacing the filter as well. These things don't last forever, so you're only about 30,000 Ks out of the filter before it will need replacement. And then the other thing is you need to drain the things. So every sort of 2,000 Ks, there's a tap underneath there, you just drain it out. So it's definitely...
Get much oil out in those 2,000 Ks?
About 100, 150 mil.
Oh yeah.
It feels scary, but one way to look at it, if you don't, you're pushing that
straight back to the end.
Straight back through, your whole system. And ultimately, that's what's going to clog your EGR down the track. I've got a secondary fuel filter as well. That's a pre-filter. That's a Western Filter setup as well. I think that's just cheap insurance. Water in your fuel or something's a bad idea because water doesn't compress as well as petrol, so it kind of goes kaboom. So cheap insurance,
so
worth
main
doing.
benefit of that is the water separation part more than the extra filter layer.
Yeah, I think both because I think that's a 25 micron or a 30 micron, which is actually a lot bigger than your factory filter. I think the factory's like 5. But the thing is, one, you're going to be pulling out most of the gunk. You get a bad fill before you go to your main filter. And you're going to get a bit of water. So it's kind of like just
can't go wrong with an extra layer of filtration, right?
Cheap insurance. We've got a 160 amp hour JLEC alternator upgrade. So factory, they're only 90 amp, whereas some evidence suggests you're using about 50 at once your lifetime and everything else. So it's not leaving a lot of room if you're going to run a DC-DC.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the rest is just the isolators for DC-DC, trailer config up here as well. And yeah, that's about it. I have had the thing tuned. So it's putting out a chunk more power, over 500 newton meters now. For this, I couldn't give a rat's what the HP or the kilowatt number is. It's all about torque.
So we'll move forward a little bit from here. I know it's got a camera here. I'm guessing that's not a factory inclusion.
Yeah, so we've made a few mods inside there as well, and part of that is dual cameras as well, and proper HD cameras. That front bar's about to get changed to a new design.
Yep.
Sort of a bit more aggressive. So if you're watching the channel, that'll be out soon.
What's the manufacturer of this particular bar?
So this is Cane Toad. This was a custom bar that he designed with some branding and all bits and pieces. And
I say it looks unique. I've not seen one that has that same styling before.
Yeah, had a sort of hand in that, and it's survived really well. I mean, that's been on there for probably a couple of years now. And there was some heat when I first did that, thinking, it's going to rust out because it's not a super big brand. But I mean,
so far so good.
It's so far so good. Yeah.
And I see spying behind an unplate there. You got a bit of winch system installed.
Yes, so that's the Ultra Winch 12K.
Yep.
It's their Gen 4. That thing's been really good. Love the fact that it's got its own breather. So yes, that's what that is up there.
Mm-hmm.
Not too many other winches that I've seen out there that have that. And like from the various winches I've had over the years, that's the thing that'll kill it. They will suck water in.
Yeah.
And then if you're not regularly using them either, they'll start to rust. And then when you need them and you're on the tracks and you're the only one there and you've got to get out,
and you find out it's buggered,
it either goes click, click, click because you're selling all his cactus, or the thing won't turn. So that's been really good so far.
Also notice you're not running a standard winch hook on there. You've gone for more of a soft approach.
Yeah, so I sort of moved away from anything hard, anything steel missile kind of looking and feeling a little while ago. So I just run the thimble now. And then soft shackle
through there.
Yeah, soft shackle, and then the rest of the recovery gears all rope based as well. And like I've seen that firsthand with even the old cables is just disaster zone when one of those suckers breaks. So Dyneema's definitely the way forwards. I've seen those break and it just sort of snakes onto the ground.
Yeah, I bet.
So removing metal out of your recovery is 100% the way to go.
Yeah, no, smart move. So moving underneath, I can see some red recovery points down here that look mighty chunky.
You need some rated recovery points. The bar has some, but these suckers are A or B, and they're rated to about 8 tonne each.
Yeah, look at the difference in thickness there. That's crazy.
Yeah, and underneath as well, that they attach the chassis back, not just at the front. So you're getting sort of lateral rated bolts into the chassis that way, but then also that way. Yeah. So running a bridle on one of these, the car's going to sort of pull apart before these things are going to fail. So definitely rate getting proper rated recovery points on the front to pull out the trolls and things.
That's it. Not the Dmaxes ever need recovery, but
no,
it's a good public service.
Yeah. I've had a couple of different bash plates since I've had the car. We're running some 6mm alloy bash plates at the moment just to give them a bit of a test. And
nice and tough.
So far,
it's pretty deep coverage too with those plates.
Yeah, it goes all the way back to just at the gearbox, this one.
That's all we need for ours, don't we, Bianca?
Yeah, aren't we bash it?
The factory bash plates on ours, so not
They're quite
ideal.
dented.
I think they're more like bits of cardboard, I think.
Yeah.
Especially the rear one.
They're very flexible.
So I can see an orange shock absorber under there.
This is the Expedition. I believe they're the adjustables from Outback Armour.
Mm-hmm.
They've been really good. I think I've got the max at the front. I think it's 150 constant at the front, 300 at the rear.
Yep.
And the jounce stops at the rear. The factory runs are generally a solid bump. So if you ever been driving down the beach and you maybe kind of misjudge some of the bumps and you feel that real bottoming out, that's generally because your bump stop is contacting the chassis or vice versa. So the idea with these is that they're what they call a jounce stop, which is kind of like a hollowed out bump stop, which is intended to be progressive. So the intent is that if you do have that contact, that it progressively gets harder and sort of squishes. These have been great. I think if you're picking your shocks, there's a lot of really good brands out there, and there's a lot of similarities as well. So I think what you should be looking for is whether you probably don't need remote reservoir stuff, right? Like, it looks awesome, but at the end of the day, you want beef. So looking for oversized pistons, you're looking for oversized shafts. If the thing's beef, you're probably going to be okay.
All right, so we'll start moving back through the car now.
All right.
One thing I do want to quickly reference here, I know we'll touch on it in the car as well, Never seen a blue antenna before for your UHF.
This was a special edition, which just happened to be blue, the best color out there. So I had to get that one, but it also raised money for a foundation for men's health. So
Yep.
Fantastic. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. That rack's a off-road animal. It's a scout rack. I've really rated that thing. I like how the light bar's got the integrated cutout. It's pretty cool.
The whole rack's quite low profile.
Yeah, that's right. And it's aluminium extrusion, so the whole thing's strong, but then also nice and light. No noise either, which is a big thing on some racks.
Really
yeah, so that thing's been really good.
Yeah.
Normally have some solar up there, and Max Tracks normally I've got a mount system for that.
Yep.
All at the moment.
So you keep it kind of modular to kind of swap around with what you wanted to run.
Yeah, that's right. Trip. Yeah, because they're all M8, so you don't need proprietary, T slots or anything like that. It's literally M8 bolts. On this side, we're running their KMC Dirty Harrys. So I bought these things. I just love the idea of the sort of the 6-shooter kind of style. So haven't really seen any other cars with them. So I just something about that design I really liked. And then had a couple of sets of tyres. This I had same as what you have over there, actually the Razors. In an AT, and then we have moved over to these guys, which are the Falkland Wild Picks, the ATW3s. These are a 285 65 18, so just shy 32.6 or something like that. Some crazy measurement like that, but
And on road, how's the noise?
Quiet. Very similar to the Razors. So I was looking at the Razors, but these were about 150 cheaper a corner. So far, so good.
Offset on your rims, do you know what they are?
They're a plus 18.
Plus 18, okay.
So that's about the sweet spot for an XT, because you normally have, these are aftermarket flares, just going for a bit of color coding. Plus 18 is like bang on. Yeah, perfect.
So you're running some nice rock slider side steps down the side here as well?
Yeah, so probably need to, these are on the hit list for a bit of an upgrade, but at the moment these have been great. These are TJM side steps. They're not a full rock slider, but as you can see, they've definitely been used for that.
So they've held up.
And they've been great. They're heavy. That's probably the only downside. But you can't kind of have one without the other a little bit.
So moving up to the top of the rear section here, I see you're running a nice big 23-0 awning.
Yeah, so this is the 270. It's not the Extreme, so this was the version before that. I think you've got the Extreme.
This will be the Falcon Pro.
Yeah, that's right. Falcon Pro. So this has been great. It's got the blackout and all that. Like it's good gear.
And this is like a 270 plus, isn't it? So it comes around the back, but also
goes all the way to the front of the car. And then all the way around to the back. So that's heaps of coverage. Throw the wall kit on it and you've got a lot of room. And we're running another TGM rear bar. This was the very first mod. So if you go way back to the start of the builds on the channel, that's been really great.
So integrated hitch.
Integrated hitch. I literally had this on within a week of getting the car because I needed to tow a big ass caravan. And
is that right?
It was a bit of stress there, but that thing's been excellent. And the bars underneath have been great in just sort of protecting the tub and dropping down the stuff.
All right, let's move around to the back here, considering we're here now. I can see a lot of bits and pieces going on in here. This is your main camping hub.
So pretty much all this is about to change pretty significantly.
This will be a snapshot in time for what it is now.
Getting some inspiration from your setup. So at the moment, full top setup. This is a Hurricane storage, and basically underneath here, that's where I keep all my recovery gear. And so this thing's been such a great idea. It's honestly one of my favorite mods.
I did not know that was there. That's really cool.
So this is tray cap canopy from Cane Toad. They distribute these as well. And this has been excellent. Color coded, drop down table with stainless table that sits on the top. Just makes use of that sort of dead space.
Absolutely.
We've got water plumbed on the side there. We've got 2 tanks underneath, the 40 and a 30, so plenty of...
Wow, so 70 litres onboard water.
And then on the side there is store mod. So this is
your own creation, isn't it?
This is sort of part of video Show Me How, And the whole intent of this is that it's modular storage that is flat packed. So the idea of this is that you can customize what modules you want to get. So, some customers will just get just the storage bins, and the intent of these is like just as you see here. It's nice and easy to just access straight from the top for your kind of persistent storage, access it from the side, however you want to do it. keeps it all, protected and out of the way. Down the back then, I've got full Victron for 400 amp hour, all the for DC and a couple of solar regs in there and all sorts of stuff. Air compressor from TGM in there. And then the control panel at the front. So that kind of gives you all the bits you need. And it's kind of the idea is from a power point of view, depending on what I want to do, you can turn your air compressor on, turn your inverter on.
All controlled from this main hub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all your charging and bits and pieces, it's just nice and easy all on the one spot. This is way overkill as well, by the way.
That's what we like, right?
So you totally don't need anything like this, but I'm addicted to this stuff, so it is what it is. So this is the Serbo. But the whole point of this is kind of like one big ecosystem that you can just sort of modularize all the parts. So we can see in here solar yield that's coming through at the moment, and we've got a couple of different in there for auxiliary. We can see our panels out there, and then the rooftop, and it tells us sort of what we're generating and what we've generated today. And then we've got DC-DC, so there's a 50 amp DC-DC in there as well, which is excellent when you're chewing some juice.
Yeah.
And then your DC loads out the back. You can get into levels as well. So like that's my water tank. That's the 40 litre tank.
Yep. So I see you're running a Bluetti fridge here to keep your food cold.
So we've got a couple of little cheeky fridges there, and we've got the Bluetti here. So this is their 45 litre. Has a little cheeky ice maker in the end there as well. So that's pretty handy for use on super hot days. Having ice in your drink at camp when you really shouldn't have ice is kind of cool thing.
It's those nice luxuries, right?
So we've got an interior light up the top that just sort of lights up the tub, and then we've got these guys on all of the doors. Still plenty of space, and that's why with the storm mod stuff I wanted that sort of off to the side and still give me some storage, but the rest I kind of like the idea of it being all nice and open.
Yeah, for sure. So I see on these gullwing doors you are utilizing those for a bit of extra storage.
Yeah, it's sort of that stuff that you forget when you're on a trip and you're like, man, I forgot my blah. So the blah stuff I try and have permanently in the vehicle. Okay. Yeah. For me, a little hatchet and then the little extender shovel is great when you're recovering Luxes and patrols on
That's
the
it, yeah. So. And the other side, you got a couple of bags on that door.
Yeah, so on that door, just some sort of Molpack type bags. And in there, I just keep all my coats.
Very nice. I like it. So moving up above your rear canopy there, I notice you're running a beast of a rooftop tent.
Yeah, this is, I was a big fan of the Yowie series from 23.0 and was running the OG, one of those for a little while, and they came out with the AX. So as soon as that came out, I had to get amongst it. Bunch of upgrades on this. There is a full video on the channel about it as well, but I really like the clamshell style of tent that folds this way.
Yeah.
I've run the long version.
The pinch one,
Yeah, and it's just too much tent. This is going to sound really weird, but like this feels more like a cave. Like there's more roof on top of you, if that makes sense.
Yeah, righto.
As opposed to the other one, where it's still massive, like tent walls. So it was on my Cape trip actually. It was like really bad weather and raining, and it was like just really buffety and still. It's first world problems. Whereas this guy, like you can sort of see the clamshell.
So it kind of gives you a swag type of vibe.
Kind of, yeah. So still tons of room. It's a metre and a bit in the headroom. But just, super solid. Yeah. We've had this thing in absolute caking down rain. And
held up well.
Doesn't move, and it's just kind of, because the top as well is insulated, it kind of does a fairly decent job of kind of dulling sound as well. So, they're a great thing. I'm a big fan.
And it's good it comes over far enough to still give you kind of access under here to your windows without the ladder kind of getting in the way too much.
Yeah, that's right. And with that type of awning as well, it sort of finishes right here. So you kind of get, like I've got the shower tent set up there. You kind of have, if it's crappy weather, you
full
can
360
pretty much
coverage.
go almost all the way around the car.
Love it.
And be in some shelter.
All right, so moving forward a little bit, we notice there's a nice shower tent set up here and ready to go.
Yeah, so we're gonna give that a go in a little bit actually from a shower perspective, but that's for the loo, right? So this is the Rask from 23.0.
Yep.
Has a decent integrated roof on it, but it's got lights integrated inside.
Ask about lighting, It looks like nice dark materials. I imagine it's a pretty dark room aside from the lights.
Yeah, so no one can sort of get a sticky beak of your schoolgirl physique. And there's lights in there as well, and big zips and shower hold-on thingies and all the bits and pieces
can
you'd
you
expect.
get through to the other side for access? Oh yeah, I'm guessing that zipper
so
lets you
massive
access.
window. So if you reach into your car or even in the canopy, you know, your toiletries, or if you are using it for a shower, you know, get your towel, you know, your shampoo and your conditioner, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, need
Make
that.
sure it's
Very
luscious
important.
locks.
Yeah.
So you can still access all that.
Deal breaker without that.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. We might jump inside the car now and touch on the interior bits and pieces. So I'll jump around the other side and we can start running through it.
Good.
So jumping into the very fancy X-Terrain, already looking a lot fancier than the humble SX interior.
It's very black.
But do you want to run us through the upgrades you've done here? I know it's quite a few bits and pieces here.
Yeah, maybe we move right to left.
Sure.
UHF normally lives on the side here. Just got a bit of flexibility as far as where the plugs are. I've got one in the middle here as well. So
oh wow, so you can plug into either and
so these are a RJ45, so you can run a splitter and put as many jacks in as you want.
Wow.
So if I've got a passenger, I'll normally put it in the middle so both people can access, or just there if it's just me.
Yep. Where does the heart of your UHF live?
It's a XRS 330 and it lives under the cup holders. We have Scan Gauge 3. This is something on the video show me how manufacturing sort of
tidy.
stuff as well.
Yep.
So the whole idea is like, the one that it comes with is just pretty crappy. So this is a full magnetic mount that you can kind of stash away if you're not using it. You can sort of plug it in and then just slotting back into place on its little clip. And
so that's mainly for monitoring your temperatures and scanning codes and whatnot.
They're a really good thing. Like there's I did some videos a while ago that shows you how to do it on your phone, and that works fine. This guy though, because it's hard mounted, is super fast, and it really does give you pretty much any ECU data you want to display, you can.
Fantastic.
So it's pretty cool. This is a lockup kit.
Okay.
That's actually also one of my favorite mods, just because when you're on the freeway in particular, it will just automatically lock the torque converter.
Right.
That's from Boost Tech, and it's good gear. Like when you're on the freeway with the sort of the upgrade in the torque through the ECU upgrade and everything as well, it will sit, you know, just sort of 1200, 1300 RPM and just cruise down the freeway with the torque lock. So
what's going on in the center here?
So a couple other things that sort of I designed. We've got the OG cup holder spaces.
Essential cup holder spaces for Dmaxes.
These, if anyone's familiar with the Dmax, you'll know these are deeper than the core of the center of the earth. So if you have a coffee, and like me, you need coffee regularly and often,
and you want your lid to stay attached,
it's not going to work. So they're a simple little sort of 3D printed 3D scanned unit. The thing at the back is a dual wireless charge phone holder.
Wow.
So
okay. Yep.
As far as like where to put your phone and stuff like that, there's a bunch of options here where it will charge automatically as soon as you drop your phone in there.
Yep. Is that tailored to specific phones, or it's kind of a one size fits all?
There's an XL version if you've got a phone.
Jumbo phone.
Yeah, but I've tested that for pretty much if you've got a modern phone, that'll fit it. If you've got a phone wallet on your phone, get the XL.
Yeah, gotcha. And then the biggest screen I've ever seen in the car.
We should probably talk about it. It's, so this is a Join 13.3 inch Android screen. So run a couple of different screens, and you don't obviously have to get one that's big, but you know, go big.
Oh, why not? If it fits in there. It actually doesn't obstruct those air vents much at all either.
Yeah, front on it probably does, but and I got comments on the video because there's a how-to on that, of course. But when you're sitting in the drivers, you get still direct line of sight.
Directional air.
It actually is pretty cool. Sits in there nice and flush.
Yeah.
Bit of Tesla screen action. But the good thing with it is it's full Android. So anything you can run from a Play Store, you can run on that. You know, that's really handy for like maps, for example.
There.
So that's the Explorer maps that I use.
So is that all cached offline for offline access?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the thing does have full 4G as well. So it's got its own SIM card.
Right. That's fantastic. So, was the job to install it troublesome or?
Super simple. Just need to know how. And good
news.
Good news.
Try and find a good video for that.
But no, pretty simple. And the good thing with them is they kind of, because they're more generic in nature, they have the ability to run the dash cam. You can add dash cam
that's
off
something
this.
I'm really interested to see. So you can tap into your cameras from...
You can go to your cameras. We've got the worst sunlight in the world, but like, that's our front. That's our rear, point at the sky because the rear's up. But You can go into settings and you can change it so that this will actually run as a dash cam and would even
Wow,
record.
okay.
So
Yeah.
that's another option.
I'm guessing you can tap into those while driving along, while looking at obstacles.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like I use the front in particular when I'm like doing proper off-road, when you're pointing at the sky and you can't really see where that rud is.
Yep.
This thing can. So you just chuck it on the front
fantastic.
view and it kind of gives you a view of what's about to be under your wheels when you can't
Yep.
see yourself. So yeah, lots of
Well,
flexibility.
there you go. I do like that, and I believe you've also got a bit of sound system gear under this
Yeah,
passenger
so
seat as well.
to go with that, we've got a couple of upgraded speakers on the door, but the main
Mm-hmm.
one really is there's a 10-inch HS10 under there, a kicker
Wow,
sub.
yep.
So it just really rounds out the sounds.
Yeah.
If you like your sound and music, it's a good thing. So
Yep.
yep, that's under your seat.
Well, that has well and truly given me plenty of ideas for upgrades for our Dmax coming in the near future, and a very well thought through and tasteful interior.
Thanks.
So that pretty much brings us to the end of this thorough walkthrough of Adam's mighty Dmax, front to back, left to right, up
The
top
blue
to
beast.
bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a lot of thought gone into this machine, and a lot of videos covering all of those bits and pieces on Adam's channel. So do check that out. Video Show Me How, link in the description down below. And Adam, thank you so much for walking us through your
No
beast.
worries. Great. Thank
Yeah.
you very much. Cheers.
So if you guys have any questions at all, let us know in the comment section down below. I shall handball those questions across to Adam, get those answered, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Cheers, guys.